In the late Cretaceous period, when vast forests covered large portions of Asia and the air was heavy with moisture and heat, a strange giant moved slowly among the trees. Unlike the swift predators that dominated popular imagination, Therizinosaurus lived by a different rhythm. Its presence was silent, deliberate, and unsettling in its own way. Towering over the undergrowth, it did not stalk prey. It harvested the land itself. Therizinosaurus stood on powerful hind legs, its body rising higher than many of the carnivores of its time. From a distance, its silhouette was unmistakable, a bulky torso, long neck, small head, and forelimbs that seemed almost exaggerated. These arms ended in enormous claws, each curved and elongated far beyond what survival alone seemed to require. At first glance, such weapons suggested a fearsome hunter. Yet the truth was far more unusual. The forests it inhabited were dense and alive. Ferns carpeted the ground, towering conifers filtered sunlight into broken beams, and flowering plants were beginning to spread across the landscape. Therizinosaurus moved carefully through this environment, its massive feet pressing into soft soil, leaving deep impressions behind. Each step was slow, calculated. Speed was not its advantage. Reach was. Its most defining feature, the claws, were not tools of pursuit, but instruments of access. With controlled movements, Therizinosaurus hooked branches, pulled vegetation closer, and stripped leaves with precision. These claws allowed it to feed high above the ground, reaching foliage unavailable to smaller herbivores. In this way, it occupied a unique niche, shaping the forest canopy itself. The body of Therizinosaurus was adapted for this lifestyle. Its broad hips supported a massive gut, necessary for digesting large amounts of fibrous plant matter. Its ribcage was wide, its abdomen deep. Fermentation chambers within its body broke down tough leaves over time, extracting nutrients slowly. Feeding was not a momentary act, but a continuous process that defined its day. Though primarily a herbivore, Therizinosaurus lived in a dangerous world. Large predators shared its habitat, watching from the shadows. When threatened, it did not flee easily. Instead, it turned its body sideways, raising its arms. The claws, now fully visible, became a warning. One well-placed strike could be devastating. Defense, not aggression, was their true purpose. Therizinosaurus was likely solitary or moved in loose groups, spread across wide territories where food was abundant. Encounters between individuals were probably rare and cautious. These giants did not need to compete closely. The forest provided enough space and resources. Their impact, however, was undeniable. By feeding selectively, they influenced which plants thrived and which were kept in check. Seasonal changes altered their routines. During wetter periods, fresh growth was abundant, and feeding required little movement. In drier times, Therizinosaurus had to travel farther, following vegetation cycles through valleys and forest edges. These migrations, slow and steady, left paths through dense growth, routes that smaller animals later used. Despite its size, Therizinosaurus was not a dominant ruler in the way large predators were. Its power was subtle. It shaped the environment through consumption rather than conquest. Where it fed, light reached the forest floor. New plants grew. Insects flourished. Entire microecosystems followed in its wake. Fossil evidence suggests that Therizinosaurus belonged to a broader group of feathered theropods. While not built for flight, it may have been partially covered in primitive feathers, used for insulation or display. This covering softened its appearance, blurring the line between reptilian and avian forms. It stood as a reminder that evolution does not follow simple categories. As the Cretaceous period drew toward its violent end, the world of Therizinosaurus changed forever. Climate shifts, volcanic activity, and eventually a catastrophic impact reshaped the planet. Forests burned, skies darkened, and food chains collapsed. Slow-moving specialists like Therizinosaurus could not adapt quickly enough to the sudden loss of vegetation. yet its legacy remains preserved in stone. Each fossil claw tells a story not of predation, but of adaptation. Therizinosaurus was not a monster, nor a hunter of legends. It was a specialist, perfectly suited to a world of towering plants and ancient forests. In the Age of Giants, Therizinosaurus reminds us that survival is not always about speed or strength alone. Sometimes, it is about patience, reach, and harmony with the land itself.